Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. Wow, it's going to be really tough. Yesterday night, Liverpool against Aston Villa against Liverpool. You really thought that Liverpool side was just looking, a bit tired. They were a bit lethargic. Fabinho giving the ball away a bit and stuff. But then they got the job done, which is a very very important thing, and that really puts the pressure back on us. I know that we have a 3 point cushion, but in fact, it's not a cushion at all because we can't afford to have any misstep, because once we have a misstep, you just do not know how much of a drive that gives the opponents, seeing your rivals slip up. So let us look at the predicted lineup. This match is going to be tough, very tough, because it is Wolves. They're a very physical team, and we are missing some key members. They are Wolves. They're a very physical team. They play on the counter attack. And who are we missing? We're missing Ruben Diaz, who is one of our most physical centre backs. We're missing Kyle Walker. Wolves play on the counter attack. We're missing Kyle Walker, who is, I think, one of the best defenders when it comes to defending against teams that sit back and hit on the break. So it's going to be really fascinating who Pep will pick in the defense. But one person who will surely be part of our backline is this guy, Ederson. He has lately had a blip of form. I do agree with that, a little bit of missed passes here and there from Ederson, but generally in his distribution and stuff, Ederson has been really good. Maybe in his decision making, he could be a bit more decisive, especially at the standards which we associate with Ederson. But last night you saw Alisson making some mistakes. So especially for that first goal. So I do think everyone in the field makes mistakes, but when a goalkeeper makes it, it's highlighted too much because it invariably leads to a goal or a gilt-edged chance. So anyways, let us go for the centre back. I think this should be one of the more easier things to pick, because Pep doesn't have any options. Laporte starts. And now the second centre back. There are two options here. Who do you pick for the second centre back? One option is, there are actually three options, but the third one is just a bit out of the box, but you wouldn't count Pep doing it. But the two options here are, you play Nathan Ake over there. Hopefully Ake is fit enough to start this match, because he's been on the bench the last two times and he's been training well. So you either play Nathan Ake here, but the problem with that is Wolves are a team that like to sit back and play on the break, right? Now Ake and Laporte, two left-footed centre backs. You're playing against a counter-attacking team. So it would become really difficult to manage those transitions. It will be, our build-up play will be very predictable if you play two left-footed centre backs out there, and both of whom are, okay, Laporte can play good passes, but both of whom are not known to go into our midfield, dribble a bit like you expect a John Stones to do, and stuff like that. So I don't think Pep will go with two left-footers, and also Pep would like that element of surprise in the build-up play from his defenders. He would like Laporte to ping a few diagonals over the top to whoever plays on the right wing, to Mahrez probably on the right wing. So that is something which will be interesting. But if you ask me, honestly, I would actually play Fernandinho over there, because he's experienced actually. He has been there. He's played in that centre back position bit in a few seasons back. So I think Fernandinho is the one. So Fernandinho there, and the second thing is, Fernandinho is an excellent crosser of the ball. He plays those diagonal passes very well out wide to the forwards. So we are gonna need that today, especially when you are playing against a team that will park the bus. And the second thing with Fernandinho is, it's predominantly a midfield player, which would mean that he knows how to go into that midfield, maybe go past one or two defenders, play those passes into the midfield, link up with Rodri well, create that link from defense to the midfield and to the attack. So I think, and also Fernandinho's positional play is excellent. which is very crucial when you're playing against these sort of teams. You know, you will City mostly will be camped in the Wolves half, which means that it will be a game of how we will manage transitions well. And the key to managing transitions is people will think it's about having pace. No, it's about being in the right position. It's about making those tactical fouls. That is how you prevent counter-attacking teams. That is how you deal with transitions. So in more than one reason, I think Fernandinho fits there aptly. And the third choice could be maybe you play a Rodri over there and play Fernandinho in the midfield. But why would you remove one of the best CDMs in the world right now? That is what Rodri is. He's operating at such a high level. Why would you remove him from his position, which is excelling at right now? So it's Fernandinho at centre back for me. The right back should not be a problem because we don't have many options there. It has to be Joao Cancelo. Now for the left back position, a lot of people I'm seeing telling that Zinchenko should start, but I don't think Zinchenko is the right fit over there. The reason, I mean, you would say that Wolves part the bus. Wolves are a team, against whom Zinchenko could be perfect. That link-up play against Newcastle, for example, Grealish, Zinchenko, De Bruyne, the link-up play was outstanding. I think the first goal comes in a similar way due to the link-up play with Zinchenko. When Zinchenko came on against Real Madrid as well, Zinchenko was excellent. But in this match, I do think managing transitions is the key. I'm just talking about transitions here, because that will be at the top of mind of Pep Guardiola. So who are the players who can manage transitions well? And I do think Nathan Ake is the one who comes in my mind over Zinchenko, for example, because the physicality, the experience of being there in that defensive third, managing the runs of Gimenez, of Trincao, of Pedro Neto, Johnny Castro down the wings, all of that. I think it's Nathan Ake, and also Ake will be fresh. Ake will give us a presence in the box. Wolves, you saw against Chelsea, for example. I think it was Saiz who got the equalizer in the last minute. So Wolves are pretty good on set pieces. And in the box, aerially, Ake is one of the best defenders in the world. He'll be in top 2-3 defenders in the world aerially. So Nathan Ake for me starts there at left back. I mean, maybe if the game is too defensive, Wolves are not coming out of City, are struggling to get a goal at halftime, then you bring on Zinchenko. But as this is something intriguing to me actually. As Pep Guardiola, how do you go into this match? Would you go into this match thinking, no, I cannot lose this? Or do you go into this match thinking, I have to win this? Because if you lose this match, then almost it's like you have handed Liverpool the title. But if you draw this match, for example, it's not the end of the world, right? Because due to the slip-up of Liverpool against Spurs, City can afford to draw one match. What happens if City draw this match, for example? It just means that we'll still be 1 point ahead of Liverpool, like it was before Liverpool played Spurs, and nothing changes actually. You have to win the last 2 matches. So draw is not the worst result in the world. So that's why I'm a bit intrigued. But maybe Pep will save that cushion for that West Ham game actually. West Ham away is going to be very, very tough. Maybe Pep wants that cushion against West Ham. Very things. We'll give our best against West Ham, but Antonio, Gerard Bowen, Lanzini, Fornals, Declan Rice, so Cresswell, so many good players in West Ham. Maybe a draw at West Ham. If we do in this match well, then a draw at West Ham would not be the end of the world. Still, it would mean City need to win against Aston Villa, and so I think Pep is saving that cushion which Liverpool presented him for that West Ham match. Anyways, let us look at it. Rodri. Central midfield position is Rodri. There's no doubt he's been the best player in that position in the world right now. Now, one of them will be Kevin De Bruyne. Yes, Kevin De Bruyne has to start. I think Kevin De Bruyne has to start all of City's last matches. So he has to start Kevin De Bruyne. But the next CM position is, I think this depends on team to team. And against Wolves, I think since transitions are going to be the key here. Pep was, especially in the press conference, Pep was telling about the transitions with Leonardo Dendoncker from Wolves, Ruben Neves. They're so good in linking up the play from defense to the midfield. And Dendoncker, for example, is extremely good in transitions. So Pep will need a player, a central midfield player with a great engine, can just run around the pitch. And I think this is a game that suits Bernardo Silva, because he's been one of the best central midfield players in the world right now. Against Real Madrid, okay, we lost that game and stuff, we lost the tie, but against Real Madrid, Bernardo Silva was Zidane-esque. There were some moments when Bernardo Silva was there were three Real Madrid players surrounding him, and he just put his foot on the ball, stopped under pressure from three Real Madrid players. He looked up and then made a pass, and he just dribbled a bit and made a pass. That is the stature of this man, Bernardo Silva, and I think this is the best midfield we have right now. In the left wing, Grealish played well. Grealish played very well, but it has to be Foden, right? It has to be Phil Foden there in the left wing, just to occupy the Wolves fullbacks, just to help out Nathan Ake on transitions and all. Pep would really love to have players with great defensive abilities down the flanks, especially, just in order to prevent those transitions. So Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, his defensive work rate is not at that level. So right wing will be Riyad Mahrez. He's been in excellent goal scoring form. Has been one of, I think Mahrez is the leading goal scorer for the club this season in all competitions. 23, 24 goals in all competitions this season? Wow, that is insane. And the striker position, see, there are three choices here. Would you play Grealish as a false nine? Again, keeping those transitions in mind. Yes, I'm talking transitions here, but they're so important. They're so important. Pep mentioned about them a couple of times in his press conference. So would it be Jack Grealish? With Jack Grealish, what you'd get is you drop in the midfield, control the play a little bit more, or do you play Gabriel Jesus there? You would want a striker who's bang on form, who's a fox in the box, and he also offers pretty much good defensive work at Gabriel Jesus. Or do you play Raheem Sterling? But with Raheem Sterling, the thing is, when playing Sterling through the middle, always the question mark is if he's going to get a one-on-one with the De Bruyne playing him through. Can he finish? Can he finish over Jose Sa? That's the point for me. So as a striker, I'm gonna go with Jack Grealish, just for his ability to maintain possession, drop into the midfield, create overloads in the midfield, and I think creating overload in the midfield will be crucial in this match, because Wolves are going to play a 3-5-2 formation. The two forwards will split the two centre backs, and runners from midfield will be very important, which means we cannot allow deep runners from the midfield. So you need a striker to actually drop in and help. So I think that's why you play false nine in this game. But I think the weak position for me is that left flank, Ake, Laporte, especially there, because Laporte is known for his lack of concentration in certain moments. But guys, this is a must-win game for us. This is surely a game in which we can't afford to slip up. I know there is that cushion, but nothing fills an opponent with so much positivity and optimism than when they slip up and then again you slip up. So that you just cannot ignite that hope in the opponents. Pep said that when an opponent is down, you just have to kill him. This is what you have to do in the title race. He said it after the Liverpool game, and that was applicable to the Champions League game. Madrid, we should have killed Madrid in the first leg. In the second leg, we had chances to kill Madrid. We didn't do. Now in the title race, we have the opponent by the throat. Now you win this match, and that cushion becomes really handy for City, because now Liverpool will know we have good goal difference. Now Liverpool will know. Even though we slip up at West Ham, we still, I mean, the last match for us will be Aston Villa at home. So Liverpool will still, Liverpool will know. Liverpool's hopes will be crushed, actually. That is the right word to be used. So winning this match is so important, because Liverpool don't play until Tuesday, I think. So we could very well, win this, maybe win against West Ham, and then Liverpool's title is almost gone. By the time Liverpool play Southampton next time, they will know that the title is gone. So Liverpool is on the ground. We have Liverpool by their throat. Just kill them. You have to be ruthless here. That's what Pep said, right? After we missed those chances to finish off Liverpool. It affected us in that Madrid game where we should have finished them in the first leg, and it is affecting us now. We have a new comment here. It says, City must win all the matches till the last match. How does it feel of getting Haaland, and your thoughts on UCL final? Yes, we must win all the matches till the last match. I mean, every match is a final. I do agree with that, but maybe that pressure is not that much, because I always think that West Ham away is critical. West Ham away is a very, very tough game. It is more tough than people think. So maybe I think we can afford a draw there, because I've always thought that when we were just having a 1-point lead, I always thought that West Ham away was, maybe we'll drop the points there, we'll get a draw there. That's why I wanted Liverpool to drop points against Spurs, and they have done it. So maybe I won't mind if we draw against West Ham, because I'm confident going against Villa because it is at home, and Wolves as well, I'm a bit more confident. That West Ham game is the crucial one. And how does it feel of getting Haaland? And I mean, UCL final, I think Liverpool are hands-on favourites in that match, because I saw what City did to Madrid, right? In the first leg, in the first half, we should have been 6 goals up against Madrid. If you're a Liverpool fan, for example, congrats, because you're gonna just blow Madrid away. Salah, Mane, Diaz, the kind of pressing which you guys do, Madrid are not in a stage to handle it, actually. So I really think the thoughts on UCL final are Liverpool have to win it, but then again it's Madrid, the know-how of being there, doing that. I think and Madrid have been through situations in this Champions League where it looked impossible. PSG down and out with 30 minutes remaining on the clock. Chelsea down and out with 5 minutes remaining on the clock. City down and out with literally only extra time, 4-5 minutes remaining in the match. So Madrid have just risen from the ashes in this Champions League. So that is why I do think it could be a surprise. But if you look at both the teams, Liverpool have to win it, but then football matches are not won by looking at team sheets. So there is something called as that nature of not giving up, that nature of going till the end. So I think that is what makes this UCL final intriguing. If you do analysis data, it will say Liverpool will win, but data cannot capture the mentality of players. Data cannot capture the grit and determination of players. So will be a close match according to me. Why Diaz isn't playing, man? Diaz is injured. He got an hamstring injury against Newcastle. So Diaz is out for the season. Pep said in the press conference that John Stones, Kyle Walker and Ruben Diaz are out for the season. So this is another concern for me. And Nathan Ake, also I'm not sure on his fitness. Pep is not telling anything about it. So that is a concern for me. That's why I have earmarked that West Ham game is the game where, in the worst case scenario, we lose. Worst case scenario, we lose, but still will not lose the Premier League title. So that's why I want us to win today, and maybe Aston Villa. But because that West Ham game can go either side. And also getting Haaland is just fantastic. But I do think the thing about Haaland is people are reacting as if we have got finished product, but that is really wrong. Haaland is not a finished product, guys. Haaland is someone who is a bit rough on certain areas. Like, for example, Pep likes his forwards to go deep, link up the play. Haaland does he have the link up play of a Harry Kane? No. I mean, he's just 21, I know, but he needs to learn that. He needs to adapt that. Pep likes his front three to play all around those attacking positions, all around almost the front 4 attacking positions. So, can Haaland do that? No. How will Haaland react to playing in small spaces? I don't know. So there are there are many question marks. I'm not telling Haaland's ability, Haaland doesn't have the ability and all. He's a quick learner, and at 21, he can just learn all of those tricks of the trade. But I think playing it however it might turn out to be, I think playing it Manchester City under Pep Guardiola will just turn Haaland into a different kind of a beast. It will just turn Haaland into a different kind of a striker. It can turn him into one of the best in the world. See, Sergio Aguero, for example. Sergio Aguero, I think he was under Pep Guardiola from 2017, 2016, right? So it was almost late in his career. So just imagine if Sergio Aguero came under Pep Guardiola, at 21 years of age, just when he joined City, Pep was here, for example. Just imagine what kind of a beast Sergio would have become. So that is what Pep will turn Erling Haaland into. It might not be in his first season, but Pep will really improve his all-round aspects of the game. He's already a fox in the box. What are the weaknesses? How do you become the best player in the world? You become the best player in the world by playing to your strengths, but also by constantly learning and ironing out your weaknesses. So that is what Erling Haaland will become under Pep Guardiola. And also another signing, which no one is pretty much talking about, is Julian Alvarez for me. So, among this plethora of celebrations of us signing Haaland, I think Julian Alvarez is a bit lost. But Julian Alvarez for me is almost the perfect Pep player already. He can link up, play well, he's very strong in passing and all of that. People say the next Thomas Muller. We'll talk about that in another video, but anyways, this is the lineup, and I do hope we really do well against Wolves. Otherwise, you can't just open the doors to your rivals, to your opponents for the title race. Let me know in the comments below do you agree with this lineup, and also do subscribe to the channel and like the video if you're liking the content. See you all in the watch along tonight for this match. Take care until then.